So we've kind of hit a point where we need a better name for our fans. Because right now, we've called them Junky Jokesters, but that's a little bit of a mouthful, you know? Like, that's too many, it's 2 words.
I think it's
you know? I was thinking about it before we hopped on, and I realized I have a pitch for another name for our fans. And what we can refer to them as perverts.
No, say that word again.
Perverts. So I figured here, let me can I show you, can I put it in practice for y'all, and y'all can just gut reaction, tell me what you're thinking, okay?
Oh, yeah. My gut already reacted, but carry on.
Okay, but no, because you haven't seen it in practice yet, Cordell. You got to let me do it like it's a real episode, okay? Okay. Ready? What's up, perverts? Welcome to Junk House.
It's a psychobilly freakout.
Now, a note. Is that okay? Is this okay for a note?
Okay, we can notes here. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. I feel like calling our fans perverts makes the title junk imply to private areas instead of trash and garbage.
Yeah, like if you remember this This whole thing was like a junk drawer of a podcast.
We garbage just heap,
made it sexual.
Yeah, I was just thinking because I don't know. I just thought it'd be funny to make a joke about calling our fans perverts. They're not perverts. Well, they might be perverts.
No, they are perverts for sure. I just don't know if legally.
Pretty much everyone's a pervert when you really think about it. And so I'm saying everyone's a fan of Junk House by calling our fans perverts.
Okay, you got me. Okay, I like it. Welcome to Junk House.
Perverts.
Because see, here's the thing. Okay, and like now we've had the theme music playing.
Welcome back.
Because like everyone's a pervert, but it's just that everyone's a different kind of pervert.
Ooh,
right? So my perversion, it's not all sexual. Some people go watch birds, and that's also perversion because they are voyeurs of birds.
Shout out Carson.
Shout out Carson, our favorite birdvert, if you will.
Big old pervert.
Well, because are you ready? This is the definition of pervert.
Yeah.
Alter from its original course, meaning or state, to a distortion or corruption of what was first intended. That's the first one. To be fair, the second one is a person whose sexual behavior is regarded. But we can do the verb, not the noun.
Because here's the thing. You know what? Do you think Nintendo intended for Pokemon to be a competitive game that people play competitively against each other?
Maybe Pokemon, but they hated it with Smash and saw Smash as the perversion.
We'll say Smash. We'll say, yeah. So Smash, if you've ever played any type of like Smash with competitive intent, well, pervert.
You're a Smash pervert.
You're a Smash pervert.
Also, if you really like Smash Burger, Smash pervert.
Smash pervert.
Respectfully, I don't think I will get on board with calling our fans pervert.
No, see, that's the thing. I'm not saying we call our fans perverts. I'm just agreeing that everyone is a pervert.
Okay, everyone is a pervert.
Everyone's a pervert.
Our fan name cannot be pervert.
Yeah,
okay,
exactly.
fine.
Every pervert is a fan of Junk House, but the fan's name is not pervert. Does that make sense?
Right. Yes, I can agree there. I just want to make it clear our fans still under the temporary name of Junky Jokesters.
Temporary, possible permanent. Because at some point, it's just going to be too long for us to change it. We're still in a window. We're changing the fan base's name is appropriate.
And up to us. Because at some point, it might be not up to us. Because here's the thing as well, right? We three are the junky jokesters. Our fans are the junky junksters. Does that make sense? Because we are the junky jokesters. We're the ones that are making the junky jokes. The junky junksters are the fans of the junky jokesters.
Huh.
A pineapple.
Oh my gosh.
A pineapple farmer.
Oh my god.
Reference to our other podcast.
Still
3 people, 2, maybe even only 1 person is going to get that, but we love it.
That's still one of the funniest things we've ever done, honestly.
Honestly, on any podcast. No.
I'm a little bit amazed at the implication that after doing like almost 150 episodes, we are young enough to change our fan names.
Well, okay. Hold on. Yeah, there are some podcasts out there looking at you, Mark Maron, with your WTFs, have like thousands of episodes. So
and some of them didn't even get off the ground until like 200, 300.
Exactly.
So there's a chance.
I'm saying there's a chance. Great movie, by the way. I need to rewatch that. Speaking of movies.
Oh, are we announcing it?
In a while. I feel like we haven't done this in a while. Where we read reviews that are really bad, so guess the movie.
Hell yeah.
And I actually have 2 of them this time for you. Since we haven't done
even better.
Okay, are we ready for the first one? We ready for the first review?
Yes.
I'm going to read this half-star review. Y'all are going to have to guess what movie this is from the half-star review that I read. Both movies I've got 3 reviews for.
Oh,
so we got 3 hints. Okay, the first one is a review from Mon Chéri 6.
Thank you, Mon Chéri.
Thank you, Mon Chéri
6.
So many celebrity cameos who appear to have not read the whole script. I am embarrassed for them all.
Ding, ding, ding. Home Alone 2, Lost in New York.
Interesting, but incorrect.
Ding, ding, ding. Star Wars, the 8th one.
Oh, I have an actual guess.
Oh, okay. That was a meme.
Home Alone 2 is a meme.
Okay.
Ding, ding, ding. It was that one movie with like James Franco and Michael Cera and like Emma Watson was in it
but
briefly.
This is the end?
This is the end, yeah. Is it This is the end?
It is not This is the end.
Because that one's just chock-a-block with celebrities and not a good movie.
That one is also, fair. This is another half-star review from Taylor.
Thank you, Taylor.
Thank you for pronouncing their name correctly. If only I could pay someone to get the last hour and a half back. If only I could pay someone to get the last hour and a half back.
Ding, ding, ding. Is this the movie, like, I think it's called, like, In Time, where it's, like, J-Tim.
Yeah, with Justin Timberlake.
Yeah, J-Tim's and...
Oh, the one where you could, like, pay for time?
Yeah, pay with time,
Where they had clocks on their arms and they were all 25.
That was a pretty weird movie, but I enjoyed it. It's not that movie.
Okay. Ding, ding, ding. Is this Hot Tub Time Machine?
Oh, I wish it were. I wish it were. It is not.
On to the third one.
We're rusty.
Here's our final half-star review from Terrence.
Thank you, Terrence.
Thank you, Terrence.
I like Andy Samberg. I like some of the Lonely Island bits on SNL, but they're only good because they're bits, not hour and 25-minute long movies. Emma Stone was in this movie for a few seconds, and even that can't make me give it a higher rating. Dated humor.
I really hope this is Never Stop Stopping.
It's pop star, never stop, never stopping.
Okay, good, because if this was Hot Rod, I was coming through the computer at these idiots.
Yeah.
These people are wrong. Popstar Never Stop, Never Stopping is one of the funniest movies. I
really
love it.
enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. Apparently on Letterboxd I gave it a 4-star.
Hey, will you 1 second? The person who said dated humor, what year did they write that review?
They watched June 5th of this year.
Okay, so let me tell you a thing about time, Terrence. If you watch a comedy movie from a decade ago, it's gonna be a little dated.
Mm-hmm.
You stupid idiot, Terrence.
I'm going to say one of my favorite comedies of all time is Airplane, right?
Yeah.
Still love it. Some of the jokes in there you will not get unless you research why that joke is funny.
Yes. Yeah. Humor by So there is like humor that is timeless because it does not require context.
Mm-hmm.
Any humor that requires context can and will become dated at some point. So I think dated now if Popstar came out this year and had the 2016 timeframe jokes, then it would be a dated movie. But calling a movie that was very relevant for its time dated is just stupid. I don't know why Terrence got me so mad about this one. I'm riled up.
Well, you're just correct because Popstar came out 10 years ago.
Yeah. It's like when I talk about like now dated humor, I guess, but like the movie wasn't dated.
Nah. It was poignant for its time.
Exactly.
Yeah. I hate you, Terrence.
Are you ready for round 2?
Give me a second. I'm still mad about Terrence.
Yeah, that's fair.
You want me to tell you my
Take a breath.
favorite Airplane bit? So
yes,
maybe
please.
We'll make
I need
you
to
think.
forget about Terrence.
And then we can all do 3 breaths together.
Yeah, we can all do 3 bits. My favorite Airplane bit is how there's the woman who's like hysterical, and then the doctor starts shaking her and being like, "You've got to work yourself out of it." But then he's like, "I have other stuff to do. I need y'all to take care of this." And then there's just a line of people ready to beat her up. And the further back it gets in the line, there's people with like a baseball bat and some people putting on like iron knuckles, just ready to like beat the shit out of this old lady who's freaking out.
I love it.
It's so good.
Oh, so good.
Okay, round 2.
Yeah. I'm still mad at Terrence, but I can move on with the show.
That's okay, yeah. This is a 5-star review from Ace. Rest in peace.
Thank you, Ace.
Thank you, Ace. My favorite donut.
I take a shot for every CGI establishing shot. I am now deceased.
It's got to be a Michael Bay, right?
Michael Beach.
Ding, ding, ding. Jupiter ascending.
Ding, ding, ding. Transformers Dark of the Moon.
Neither, and I will tell you it is not Michael Bone.
Well, I didn't list the Michael Bone. So.
I know. I'm just giving you that extra hint.
I knew it wasn't. That was Caleb being bad at this game.
Okay. Here's another 5-star review from The Sonic Person.
Thank you, the Sonic Person.
Thank you, the Sonic Person.
And they do have a picture of a MS Paint Sonic, so just so you know.
That's good.
Good.
What a terrible movie. So glad the remake actually did the game justice.
Oh, is it? No. It would, no.
No.
Is it?
It couldn't be.
Ding,
But is it?
ding. Is this the Mortal Kombat movie that came out a few years ago?
It's not. It's not. I wish it was.
Did the game justice? It's a remake. See, my first thought was like Tron, but then I was like, that's not a remake, and
It's a sequel.
that was a sequel.
Did the game justice? That's what makes it hard.
Yeah.
Is this a
'cause that's
board game? Is this like Battleship? And it's the Battleship movie that came out that everyone hated.
But there wasn't an original Battleship movie. This wouldn't.
There's a lot of movies about battleships, Cordell.
Battleship
not the
Potemkin.
game. Not the game.
That one's from the film nerds out there.
What'd you say?
Battleship Potemkin.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
That's
don't
like one
know.
of the first movies. That's like one of the first movies.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yes. By Scott.
Dragon Ball Evolution.
Oh.
I actually have two guesses, but one guess is like
blinked.
actual guess at this point.
Tell me
Ding-
your actual guess.
Okay, ding, ding, ding. Is this Tomb Raider?
It's not Tomb Raider.
Oh,
It's not Tomb Raider.
Is
The
this
remake.
Resident Evil?
It's not Resident Evil.
that was my.
I have
other
one
guess.
more review, but I'm gonna give you each two more guesses because this one will 100% give it away. And y'all can get this. Y'all can get this.
Because, okay, it's a game. It's not Tomb Raider, which was like, I feel like both of us had really good guesses with Tomb Raider, Resident Evil. Did the game justice?
Is it Silent Hill?
No, it's not a video game.
Oh.
Is this, okay, this is the Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves.
No.
Ooh.
Did they ever make a Candyland movie? Or
This
a Chutes
is
and
the
Ladders movie?
2000 Dungeons and Dragons, the original Dungeons and Dragons movie. That
Was
is
there a-
canned, is supposed to be really, really bad. Did y'all not know this existed?
No, I knew it existed. It has
No?
Jeremy Irons in it.
Yeah, it's got Jeremy Irons in it.
I
The last
was
review
figuring-
was not enough dungeons, too many bad CGI dragons.
See, I was thinking the Honor Among Thieves because unless are they getting mazes and monsters as a Dungeons and Dragons movie? Because that's just like propaganda. Are y'all
What?
familiar with mazes and monsters?
No.
No.
This is a movie starring a young Tom Hanks as a young child who starts playing Dungeons and Dragons and gets sucked into the world, and it's all Satan.
It's all Satan all the way down.
Man, don't ever give me a movie review where Marlon Wayans was in the film. Just don't do it. Get him out of here.
That's what I'm saying. No, but yeah,
Unless
this
it's
was
white
the
chicks,
first
then you
Dungeons
can
and
do it.
Dragons with Jeremy Islands. I haven't seen it.
Neither have I.
I've seen clips. It's fine. It looks fine.
Is somebody playing a Gith Yankee in it?
I don't think the GIF didn't exist in 2000, did they?
Yeah.
Yeah,
right?
they've existed. They've existed pretty much since the start of
Since
it.
the dawn of time itself. Yeah, what but the reason also I brought up this is like we brought up an interesting idea about what is our freaking stats.
We're talking D&D stats.
Dungeons and
Oh
Dragons.
yeah, 1981 they appeared. Ignore me. I'm stupid.
So
I'm as bad
there
as
is
Terrence.
actually like commoner stats in D&D.
What are they?
And so a commoner has, I'm pulling it up, 10 strength, 10 dex, 10 con, 10 wisdom, 10 charisma. So just
they're just no modifiers.
they're average across the board. With +2 to hit, and they have a club weapon typically that does 1d4 bludgeoning damage.
My club weapon just makes the beat drop.
Sammy is kind of a bard, if we really think about it.
Oh yeah, I mean if we're doing classes as well, we're going for it.
Are we all bards?
No.
Okay, so here's the question. Do we do a stat array for us as we exist now, or do we do a stat array for if we got zapped into Faerun and like became exaggerated versions of ourselves?
Yes.
Like that one?
Both.
Both.
Right now, here's what I'm going to say. Caleb Burley, strength, 12. I think I have a +1 to strength.
I was going to say the same for me. Like just bigger than the average, not like beyond normal though.
Dex, I'm going to say I'm an 8. I think I have a -1 to very dexterous attacks. I ain't doing flips and shit.
Caleb, I think you even like would have a hard time with the lock picking aspect of Dex too. Like you're not made for like dexterous activities.
Not made for very dexterous or dainty activities.
Very dainty.
Your piano dreams are gone.
Con.
Where on the contrast, I'm a dainty tea
Yes.
girly.
I could 100% see Sammy picking locks. That is like a true, like I'm not lying at all or exaggerating. If Sammy told me that she got really into lock picking, I would not question it. I would be like, that makes sense. This tracks.
Be like, yeah, of course she did.
Yeah. Like, of course you have a really cool hobby like that. That's cool as fuck.
Okay,
Cordell, I think, is neutral on Dex, honestly. Maybe a little, maybe a 12 on Dex, maybe.
I'm an 11 on Dex.
There we go.
I do not get a stat bonus, but I am also like not. I don't think I'm a 10, but I'm not a +1.
Yeah. So, but I think Sammy, honestly, 14 on Dex even.
Whoa, that's crazy. But okay,
I feel like
maybe a 12 or a 13. But
so let's establish a zone for these modifiers, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
A 20 is the best you will ever see. Like a 20 is like Olympian level in a skill.
Right.
So a like 10 average. That means that a 12, I would say, is like better than most people you would meet at the thing, but not so good that you would be like astounded, right? I think 12 is getting to like probably one of the better you'll meet. You get up to like, 14, sorry, is probably one of the better you would meet in an average lifetime. I feel like you get to 16, 18, 20. Those are people that are so good they're going pro with it.
But then I would also say 12 still feels meetable. Like I feel like you could meet a 12 in a stat once or twice a month.
Hey, it's nice to meet you, 12.
Yeah, 12 is, I would agree, 12 is meetable.
So maybe Sammy's a 12 or a 13 on Dex.
I could see a 13, like if Sammy trained, I think she's going crazy.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Sammy, how do you rate your strength? I feel like we can't rate each other's strength scores.
I would probably put it at a 10, probably average.
Okay. Fair.
Cordell,
what's yours?
I said I would be a 12.
Yeah.
Above average, but not like crazy strong.
Yeah. Okay. Now, what's all of our constitutions? Mine, I think, is buffed or nerfed by diabetes, but buffed by being big.
Right. Big. So Constitution is survivability. It's your ability to like deal with poison, take hits. What else does Constitution like address?
Max hit points.
Okay.
in general.
So that's what I think. Diabetes affects my. It's like I get a negative to my max hit points, but I feel like I'm good against poison. I'm gonna be real with y'all, because you know how many
Iron
times I've gotten
stomach.
food poisoning in my life.
Too many.
Mm-hmm.
Never gotten food poisoning.
Oh, that's what I said too.
You know how many times I've eaten questionable food?
So many.
Too
Always.
many.
Every time.
If my food
So
isn't
I
questionable,
think-
I don't want it.
I think I am at a 14 con. I don't get sick
Okay.
often. I do not I don't get sick often. I've got a good stomach. I'm an endurance person. I think I could be a 14 at my best if I trained for it. 14. Average 13.
I think I'm a 12 con. I think the diabetes nerfing me. I think I would be on the same level as Cordell, but I am nerfed by type 1 diabetes.
Fair. Because I'm also just a huge boy.
Yeah.
Just a biggin.
Just a
Sam
big
Bam-
boy.
Sam Bamatha,
I
how's your
think-
con?
I guess I think I'm a glass cannon.
You think you're low con?
Maybe a 9, maybe not a full 8, but
Yeah, I don't think you have a
Yeah.
penalty to your con
yeah,
necessarily.
I don't
yeah.
think. I don't
just
think
not
so.
maybe not average.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, intelligence. I feel like we can help each other with our intelligence scores.
This is going to sound so full of myself. I do think I'm a +3 in intelligence. I think my brain is the best thing about me. I do believe I am a 16 intelligence.
Yo.
If y'all disagree,
I am
feel free to say it. It will break my heart.
inclined to agree because you're seeking a master's degree, and I think that
True.
automatically qualifies for a 16. Because
Interesting.
so many people don't even get a degree. So
That's fair. I think, a level of education kind of automatically. I think if you finish college, you just immediately go to a 12 minimum.
yes.
I think
There are other ways
grads-
to get to a 12, but that's the guaranteed route.
Right. I think grad school is probably a decent I think doing grad school puts you at a 14 minimum depending on what you're in school for. But I don't know. I'm very confident in my ability to have a good thinking brain.
Well, I'm
And
gonna say
I'm not going back down.
I'm gonna say something, Cordell. Your brother is in a doctoral program. I think that qualifies him for 18, especially given
So-
what the degree is.
Right. My brother is getting a degree in pure mathematics. He has traveled to Europe multiple times to give presentations. And he just did one yesterday.
Yeah,
I think
Yo.
now granted this is pure intelligence as an ability to wield your mind, not necessarily ability to, because there's a difference between wisdom and intelligence, right? There's a difference
Yeah,
between
we're gonna
charisma
get
and
Smarts
intelligence.
for
This
the
is-
street smarts.
yeah. My pure ability to use my brain, I do think I am primarily an intelligence stat. I'm a +3 there, and I'll hold it.
You'd be a wizard. You'd be a wizard for sure.
I could see it. Yeah,
I think everyone on this pod, all three of us, are minimum 13. I would not accept either of you putting yourself below a 13. I don't think.
Okay, damn. Bet. I'll take it.
I don't know where you would. What would you rank yourself?
That's the thing. I feel like that's hard. Cause I do daily games. I do connections. Does that
Oh,
does
yeah.
that give me smart points? I don't know.
I think so.
I think so.
Because also, okay, here's the other thing about it in D&D terms. A wizard is very high intelligence, right? Typically.
Yeah.
Pretty high intelligence. But they're only specializing in one thing. You don't have a wizard who's I'm an evocation, conjuration, abjuration, blah, blah, blah. They don't list multiple things.
Right.
They're I am a this wizard.
Yes.
And you know what? I think if we're talking about people having I'm very good at this thing, I think Sammy and I could qualify for 14 because we both have stuff that we're like, I'm very good at this thing. Not many people are going to be better at me than that.
Yeah. And just statistically, like if we're talking like IQ isn't the best measure of like actual ability, but like if we're talking pure intelligence, an average IQ is 100. Half the people, like most people in the world have an IQ between like 130 and 70.
Yeah.
Right. I feel like the three of us, just by like the lives we've lived, the educations we've received, I think we're chilling out in the like, I think we're all 14 or 13 minimum.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. I concur.
Oh, see,
Very
there's the
erudite of you.
intelligence.
Very
There it is.
erudite.
And last week, the smart house. So
We did do Smart House.
That
We're
actually
all
raises
smart.
all of us to where it's not minimum 13, it's minimum 14. So
Yeah, doing a
minimum
Smart House
18.
episode, we are the best.
okay, but
wisdom.
I think I might have a little bit higher because I think I have the observant feet.
Ooh, because
Think
there's different
so.
kinds of wisdom. There's wise as in like wisdom is perception, but wisdom is also like something else.
Perception, but also personal perception.
Oh, I've got the like I think like wisdom to process and make decent choices. I don't know if I'm the most perceptive person because I don't know how to rank myself on perception.
I think I would give myself a 13 in wisdom.
Okay.
I think I would say a
yeah.
13 or 14 for me.
I think I could be a 14 wisdom. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. I think I've got the charisma and wisdom duo. I don't know if they would both be like, because my perceptive abilities are really good with people, but I think that would be more of a charisma thing.
I mean, insight is a skill about seeing people's intentions and how they're feeling.
And is
And that's
insight
wisdom.
charisma or wisdom?
That's
Wisdom.
wisdom.
Then I think I'm a 14 wisdom.
Yeah.
I think
Bet.
so. All right, I think charisma. I think I got y'all. I think charisma's my 16. And I have one bit of evidence for that. My wallet's not in the room with me, but slight update. There's a lot more business cards in that wallet that people have handed to me. And then now some of them are just starting conversations with me, being like, how are you doing today? And then I just sit and have a conversation with them in public, broad daylight. They're just sitting there talking to me, and it's wild.
Yeah, well, Caleb's got that Greg energy.
Got Greg energy.
Got that Greg energy.
Of course you're right. You're Greg.
Of course I'm Caleb. I'm Greg.
Of course
We're
I'm
all
Caleb.
theater kids, though. I feel like our charisma was boosted by that.
Yeah,
Just by learning.
Boosted, but let's be real. Also, so nerfed. So nerfed. Okay?
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. You know what's worse than a theater kid, like a high school theater kid at IHOP at like 2 a.m. after a show's wrapped and they're still there? Nothing. That is one of the worst things to ever exist.
That is evil incarnate.
But when you grow out of the high school theater nerd, you become a wonderful human sometimes.
That's true.
Yeah.
So
It's a conditional nerf because if you grow out of it, then you're great. Yeah. If you stay in it, then that's the biggest nerf there is.
It's also one thing that's interesting to me, a little bit aside from the like theater kid conversation, is that like, okay. So the like peasant stats, right? The average stat distribution is nothing modified across the board.
Mm-hmm.
That is dealing with your average, fully uneducated, fully untrained villager who has no discernible skills in anything, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So like I was feeling a little bit like full of myself by giving us good stats. I was like, man, are we just full of ourselves? But like I think by nature of training anything at all,
Yeah.
you start to rise above that. So I'm feeling a little less full of myself for the numbers I was giving.
Yeah.
But like no,
Yeah.
and then I think charisma, I'm at a 14. I think on the good with people side, not the like super sexy side. Like I am persuasive.
I would say same for me. Maybe a 13.
Same for me, but I'm going to say 16 purely on the number of business cards people give me
You have 16
randomly
business
in
cards?
public. No joke, in my wallet, off the top of my head, I can think of, since I've emptied it out, 10 different business cards that have now wound up in my wallet again. And I emptied it out in between emptying it out last time we talked about it on Junk House.
Yeah.
So there have been 2 different emptyings. Most of them
Caleb's
go in the
walking,
trash.
Caleb's
but
walking into businesses and asking for a card just to feel smart.
No.
I think you might be a 17 just based on the fact that you're also the person. You're the only person I know that all of the like stuff in public happens to. People walk up to you in grocery stores and are like, "Where's this
Yes.
thing?" People
Yeah.
like, of course I'm Greg. I'm Caleb. Like that
Yep,
would
yep.
only happen to you. Like
I-
I'm giving you a 17 personally.
Ooh, yeah. So Caleb is an interesting kind of charismatic, where I don't think Caleb tries to be charismatic.
I try not to be. I
Yes.
actually don't want people to approach me in public 99%
Caleb
of
does
the time.
his
Yeah.
level best to be unapproachable, but everyone senses that Caleb is deeply approachable. I'm on the reverse where I try to be approachable and it works. It's not like people like run away from me, but I have to go out of my way to like make myself approachable. Caleb just is. So I will agree with Caleb having the highest charisma score amongst us.
Also, more than once in my life, complete strangers have had to give their babies to me, and the babies like just kind of settle in and are like okay with it.
If I were a baby, I would also sense that good energy. So
Yeah.
worth noting.
So I'm pretty well set to be a warlock, is what I've noticed. I think Cordell's the most set to be a wizard.
Did you write these down, Caleb?
No, I'm just remembering what's your highest stat. And
Can we let's run out our stats and have someone write them down, and we're gonna build
Oh,
we're gonna
God.
build a level 1 character, a level 3.
Level 3.
Yeah.
Okay, so I said I have a strength of 12. Everyone
I
write
said
down your own
12.
stats.
Oh, that's smart. That's smart.
STR 12. Dex, I gave myself a con. I gave myself 12, I think. Int, we're all at least 14. Cordell's higher than that. I don't remember what I gave myself for wisdom, y'all.
12?
12
maybe?
makes sense. Not
Perhaps.
and then Cha 16 for the boy.
I decided to get on D&D Beyond and craft a character with these
Same.
stats.
Oh, yeah, I could do that. I accidentally opened YouTube and then it started auto playing stuff. So give me 1 second. They're like the same colors, you know, they're both red.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true, Caleb.
Also, everybody has to be a human. Make yourself a human.
I can't be an Aarakocra.
I hate being human.
I'm a human in our next campaign, so I can't really say anything.
Okay. Name Cordell.
Caleb Burley. Attorney at
Oh, I
law.
got- Yeah. My
I
D&D
forgot to tell you, I
character is-
am going to make myself an attorney at law.
Oh, that's good. That's good. You gotta be.
Yo.
Okay.
we're
So
making ourselves third level for funsies.
ability scores. Yeah, third level. I said 12 strength, 12 dex, or no, I was just 10. I don't think I was special.
Let me choose my Eldritch Invocations.
Oh, Caleb's going for it. Caleb's warlocking.
We all knew it was going to happen.
Did I say 12 or 14 con?
You said 14 con.
Makes sense. Int 16.
Yeah, I did 10 strength, 14 dex, 9 con, 14 intelligence, 16 wisdom, 14 charisma.
12, 10, 14, 16, 14, 14. That's too high. That spread's wrong somewhere.
Huh?
I was reading out my own. I think I've overestimated myself somewhere.
I think I've overestimated. But remember, these are also the bonuses that you get from the character is Faerun giving you the bonuses. But yeah.
Well, you mean like from the class?
Yeah. But also that's fine if you've trained stuff, it doesn't have to be
that's
balanced.
fair. A lot of because the problem is like what I'm in school for is a like multi-skill thing, so I've had to work on like intelligence, wisdom, and charisma, like specifically, and then I'm just a big dude, which makes my strength and con. Yeah, I'm kind of a medium. Okay, cool. So those are my stats.
I know how to talk Jarbeen.
I don't know what class am I?
I always think of you as a druid.
Really?
A druid?
I think of you as kind of a druid, yeah.
Because which ones are intelligence based? Wizard?
Yeah, wizard and...
I honestly see, I thought of Cordell as a wizard. As a scholarly wizard.
I think it goes either way. Because like there is a like relational part of me that's very druidic. But then there's the scholarly part of me that's wizardly. And I don't know. I think in my soul, I want to be more druidy than wizardy, you know?
But the fact that you're in school kind of does make wizard.
It does.
You know?
I just, in my heart, I want to get to druid. But I'll pick wizard for now.
What about me?
Which one's your highest?
I have wisdom.
I think you could be druid.
I could see Sammy being a druid, yeah.
Sammy's living the life I want to live.
Animal friendship.
Yeah. Level 3.
Okay, but yeah, are we doing 2024 edition?
Yeah.
Or which version? Okay.
Newest.
Done.
I hate that I don't have any of the stuff on D&D Beyond, so I'm just an evocation wizard.
Caleb, what class did you do?
I did warlock. I feel like I would be most likely to be a warlock, honestly.
Okay.
I'm going to do old school wizard. Maybe.
But what if I said I kind of also see you as a paladin?
Ooh.
I don't know how to build paladins good. So that's really what's happening.
Well, Caleb, that's why you're such an interestingly built paladin in real life.
Ah, dang, you're right. Let me go back. I'll build a paladin. Is that a charisma thing?
That is charisma.
Yes.
It is. Cordell just saying no, not knowing. Yeah, normally paladins are like wisdom, or like strength and charisma. They're a charisma caster, like a warlock or a bard.
Gotcha. So paladin.
We also have to figure out our background.
I put that I was a sage when I built myself as a warlock, but now I'm a paladin.
I'm a haunted one. No, I'm kidding. Demons follow me everywhere I go. I'm a druid. I love animals.
I feel like sage might be the best descriptor because that's education.
I'm going to say I'm really good at great swords.
You're great at great swords.
And battle axes. What's my fighting style? Blessed warrior.
Blessed warrior. Now, I think I'm Circle of the Shepherd.
Ooh.
Maybe. What do we think? Circle of the Shepherd or Circle of Dreams?
What makes you feel shepherdy?
It's kind of a pure supportive subclass of druid.
Yeah.
End of theory.
Yeah, that was good. I liked it.
I played that as my T-girl, and it's really cool. You can like throw a spirit totem down, and like in that area, your teammates get bonuses for stuff.
I like that. That's cool.
D&D's pretty fun, gamers.
Yeah, it's a good game, people.
Also, make sure to name yourself your actual name.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I have proficiency in insight and I would say investigation.
Investigator.
Ooh, and then I have expertise in insight.
Ooh, you get expertise.
Yeah, apparently. There's only one subclass option, so I am an evocation wizard.
Hey, fair.
I feel like if I had the full range, though, to pick from, because I've never built a wizard ever.
I see you as either like a transmutation or divination.
Interesting.
I think if you were a or maybe whatever, what is the emotion one?
I don't remember that one. Also, I'm done. I built a paladin.
There's enchantment.
Oh, is there illusion?
There's School of Illusion.
That one I think is also like dealing with like you get like calm emotions. You get
Right,
like,
yeah.
you
You also just like can make friends.
Yeah.
Cast friendship.
Maybe you're that. Maybe you're that one.
Maybe. I am a human.
Alchemy would be like a pharmacist. Evocation would be like getting a doctorate in war studies. In murder, being a general.
Just killing.
Wizard general.
My proficiency will be in persuasion.
I didn't do my background. I feel like maybe all of us were acolytes.
I picked Sage because of all the dang school I've had to do.
I picked Sage because
But in a way, acolyte-y.
We were all raised very, very religious.
Yeah.
I speak Goblin.
I made myself speak Jabin, if you remember me saying that earlier.
I did.
I can speak Jabin, by the way.
So I get a +2 to intelligence from my class, so I have an 18 total.
I can speak Thieves' Cant, which I'm just aligning with Gay Speak.
Yeah, that's fair.
And Infernal. I can speak Demon.
I speak Giant.
Okay,
that's
now,
just because I'm big.
True. You're so tall. Now we have to fight each other.
Yo!
Right. Time for me to divine smite y'all to hell, I guess.
Yeah.
I picked Magic Missile already. Step off.
But what are your hit points? That's the problem. Tell me.
Shut your whore mouth.
Oh.
I have a lot of spells though, so.
So do I. I'm a paladin.
Shut up.
But no, this is fun. I like
I would
this.
for sure have Mage Hand. Yeah, I don't need to pick all my spells right now. But yeah, we now know our Dungeons and Dragons stats.
And I have it on my B and DB bond now.
I do too.
Fun bonus round. Monster of the Week stats. What's your charm?
+2.
+8.
You can only do +3.
No, not if you break the game.
Oh, that's true. That's true. If you cheat, you can do +8.
I feel like doing Monster of the Week is just putting these stats that we just made in D&D Beyond into those.
Yeah,
it'd just be pretty similar.
No, that's fine.
Hey, y'all want to hear?
It was a dumb
y'all wanna
idea. It was stupid. Ignore me.
Y'all want to hear my very, very fast review of the Switch 2?
Oh
Yes.
yeah, it doesn't have to be that fast.
Yeah, we got time.
All right, so Switch 2. If you play the Switch 2 long enough and then hold the Switch 1, you will feel like you are holding a toy.
Same
Straight
thing
up.
happened with the Steam Deck, honestly.
Like the Switch feels like a toy in comparison. Games run great. There's also some accessibility features that the Switch 2 has that I think are wonderful. Y'all know how there's now the game chat feature that you can have?
Yeah.
There is an accessibility feature built into the Switch 2 that you can turn on, so game chat will be transcribed in real time and marked as to who is saying it. So you can read it if you are not able to hear it.
That's awesome.
That's really cool. Yeah.
It is a really cool feature. I think it's genius. The Joy-Cons are very strong. The magnets are the perfect level of strength where can you rip them off? Yeah. You have to work to be able to just like pull them off without hitting the button. Like
Good.
it's an intentional effort to do that. So like if I gave the Switch 2 to like my nephew, if he's over and he wants to play the Switch 2, he's not going to be able to pull those Joy-Cons off.
Okay.
That's kind of the level that it's at. Other than that, it's just the Switch but better, which is exactly what they needed to do.
Yeah.
Also, Breath of the Wild in 4K changed my life. Tears of the Kingdom in 4K. There used to be some frame rate issues with Tears of the Kingdom when you had a bunch of Zonai devices running. Have not had a single frame drop at all. It is like locked in at 60. It is perfect. I have gone to the highest height you can in the Sky Islands and dove all the way down to the floor of the depths in one go, zero loading, like no pause at all. Even fast travel, I have timed it 10 times to like get a good range. On average, the load time for fast travel is anywhere from a half second to 0.75. Like it is so fast.
That's incredible. Holy shit.
It is ridiculously fast. Mario Kart World kicks ass. It completely revolutionizes how movement works in a Mario Kart game. The ability to rail grind and jump on walls is truly revolutionary.
I have heard that like this game has completely changed the nature of Mario Kart.
Yes. Like 100%, because you know how like finding a shortcut in a Mario Kart track used to be a pretty big deal, and it would be like, wow, I found this way to like just change the game. You sneeze and there is a shortcut. And not only that, but it's not like the shortcuts are not easy to do.
Right.
Like if you do not know how to, if you're not like pretty well versed in how to time jumps and really get things going, it's going to be hard to do those shortcuts.
So
it is
incredible.
incredible.
Like up to the skill ceiling while keeping keeping the floor the same. Like a new player just doing the courses normal can still enjoy the game, but like skilled players have like way more to do.
Absolutely. Yes.
I love that.
And like, I would say like, it's almost like they've added platforming as part of a Mario Kart track. Like looking for the platforms to be able to jump on, knowing how to do tricks off of certain platforms to get more speed. Like borderline like a Celeste level of a Mario Kart track.
Damn, I need to play this game.
I'm so excited.
There are, and you know, things y'all already know, there's 24 racers in a race, so the chaos is a lot higher. You can go from first to 24th in a blink of an eye if you get the wrong run of items.
And are you enjoying playing online?
Oh, 100%. I love it. I hated playing Mario Kart 8 online against strangers because I just felt outclassed in every way. Playing this online, am I outclassed? Yes, but oh my gosh, it's so fun still.
Amazing.
Very excited.
Okay, here's some tips for when you're playing. You know how usually in a Mario Kart track in like 8 Deluxe, if you miss an item box, it's not the worst because there's going to be another item box coming up. No longer. If you miss an item box, it is punishing because they are more spread out.
Dang.
And so like if everyone gets items except you, you're in 24th. Almost guaranteed.
Fuck, okay. Good to know.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Rainbow Road is actually hard. Like 50cc, the slowest possible. I'm still sliding off the edge 3 or 4 times, at least.
Is the open world fun? I was a little bit nervous that it would just be boring after like 20 minutes.
I would say yes and no. It's fun. I would say it's not as fun for an extended period of time unless I have not been able to like see if you can get into the open world with friends as well. Cause that would be fun. But not a lot of my friends have Switch 2s, cause it's expensive. That's how it works. But I think if you're in there with friends, playing hide and seek in the open world sounds like the most fun.
Yeah, that does.
Yeah, the P switches that you find the little missions around, some of them easy baby cakes. Love it. Some of them very hard, and they are like, hey, you got to get good at this jumping and stuff. Like, this is a way for you to practice getting good at this. But yeah.
Okay, now Caleb, you said something kind of controversial after playing this game, and I'm curious to hear what your opinion is at this moment after playing it longer. You said you felt like this game was worth the price tag.
Yeah,
I did say that.
Is that still true?
100%.
$80 worth it.
$80 worth it. And here's how I have done that. I see the amount of work that went into this game. There is over 300 music tracks. And I'll talk about just the music for a second. All of the music slaps. I have not heard a song that I didn't vibe with. Every track, instead of being one thing, so like if you play Moo Moo Meadows, you're not just going to hear the Moo Moo Meadows theme. There is a bank of songs that it could play. And it will play one. And it will go through that as you do Moo Moo Meadows, and it will transition to the next track. That means to do that, they had to record all of those tracks, all of the transitions, and all the transitions into every other possible track that could play.
Dang.
And this is a real band. They're literally called the Mario Kart Band. They do not work for Nintendo. Nintendo contracts them because they are just like, y'all know how to do Mario Kart music at this point.
I love that so much.
And so just music alone, that's an insane amount of work.
Right.
And even the programming side of it, to program what to play, when to switch to the next track, when to do the transition, that's a lot of really intense programming. There is legitimate dynamic lighting in Mario Kart now. Because like they were like, oh, there's day and night and weather. That affects the lighting. You can see the reflections of your kart in the puddles. If you're playing in the open world, there is a bus that goes around and picks up NPCs and drops them off. And it runs like in real time. Like it goes to a bus stop. You can watch NPCs get off and watch NPCs get on. And if you stay in front of the bus, you can actually see the world behind you reflected perfectly. So they have to program all of this stuff just to make the world feel so real in a Mario Kart world. It is
extreme. The name of the game in the game.
Exactly. Like Grand Prix, super fun. I've loved Grand Prix. It's my favorite mode. Them introducing Knockout Tour, it's the only thing you want to play online. Once you play it, that is the only thing you want to play. It is so fun.
Because that's the one where between races you can lose and drop out of the tour, right?
Yeah. So I said the way Knockout Tour works is it's not like in between races or anything. It is just they say, hey, you're going to start at the top of the map and you're going to go to the bottom, and it is one track the whole way, and you are like gliding over a whole like Super Mario Brothers circuit, and you are going around the world in a different way that you do in any of the Grand Prix. And there are like checkpoints along the way that like the first one is, hey, if you're not in 20th place or better, you're out. And then it goes like 16, 12, 8, 4, and then it's just do your best to win. And it's crazy.
Man.
That's so cool.
There's also mirror mode again. I have not unlocked it because I don't know how, because the internet is still debating on how you actually unlock it.
Nobody knows yet?
People are like, I think you do this. I think you do this. We know that there's one thing that's part of it, which is playing through the special cup twice and winning, which also you have to unlock the special cup, which means you have to play through all the Grand Prix and win them in any CC. So there is so much to just unlock.
Just to do.
And there's so much there's so much to do. Like Olivia, my wonderful wife, doesn't really love Mario Kart. Like she likes it. She'll play it with me. Doesn't love it. Loves Mario Kart World and asked to play it. I'm so serious. This is like one of the still, if you can, buy the bundle. Save the money. If you cannot get a bundle, Mario Kart World is worth $80.
Wow.
Damn.
And it sounds like from the way you're talking, because my concern was like, we're gonna make a game that's like, we're just gonna bump the price up just cause. If you feel like the amount of work and craftsmanship is worth that, that's a whole different story to me, because you want to charge what it's worth too.
Yes, I really think so. Here is my other very controversial statement about the Switch 2.
Okay.
I bought Welcome Tour for $10.
Oh, okay.
It is worth $10. It is worth the money to buy it. Obviously, that one, don't buy it if you don't want it. Same thing with Mario Kart World. If you have no interest in it, don't buy it. Welcome Tour gave me a greater appreciation for how much work goes into designing a game console and making everything work. and like all those little technical things that people say where they're like, yes, we have, VFR, we have this, we have, all of those things that in the past have been like, those are letters. I now know in depth what they mean and why it's important that it has it. So, for example, like the variable refresh rate, VRR, they talked about how the Switch 2 has that. And essentially what that means is instead of being locked in and saying it is 60 FPS no matter what, they can say, hey, variable refresh rate means it can go from 60 down to 55 in the moment. So it feels a little more, and it could do like 1 frame a second difference to make loading feel less or more. And it creates a more cohesive experience overall. Instead of just saying it's 60 FPS, which could kill loading times and could like really make it to where it's like chugging at certain points.
Huh.
Yeah. Or like showing me the difference between 4K and 1080p and all this stuff where it's like, okay, now I can actually see a difference where before I was like, I don't know. This doesn't make sense.
It's just, for listeners, if you have learned anything about Caleb Burley, it's that Caleb does care about quality and does care about like cost. And for Caleb, who's not not an apologist, not a bootlicker, Caleb who like will not say an opinion he doesn't have. When Caleb told me that this game was worth $80, that blew my mind.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Switch 2 is worth every dollar that they're charging for it as well. I mean,
incredible.
Because here's the thing. Here's the other part of it. Every update, it's going to just get better.
Right.
Like they're not gonna intentionally make an update that's gonna kill the Switch 2 and make it not worth it. So if I'm already feeling like right now I'm getting my money's worth, how's it gonna feel in a year? You know?
And especially as more games come out. And if now granted, everything that's out right now is like Nintendo doing Nintendo things of like really making games that are worthwhile to put out. I'm curious to see how the overall price of these games is. Like, will Donkey Kong Bonanza?
Donkey Kong Bonanza is confirmed to be $70, same as Tears of the Kingdom.
Okay, so the prices are adjusting, but if this amount of like, at least for their main launch titles, if that's the amount of care they put into them, then it could end up being worth it, even though it sucks because you're pricing out more and more people.
Possibly, but even like games that I think they really wanted people to buy Drag X Drive. Have I bought that? Hell no. But that's only like $40.
Yeah.
So like Doug Bowser, who's the president of Nintendo America, which is still the funniest thing. Like he has said like, yeah, we're going to do variable pricing. And I honestly think variable pricing where like, I don't love it, but I get why. Because like if somebody said Drag X Drive and Mario Kart World were $60 both, no one would buy Drag X Drive.
Yeah.
Whereas now, some people will, and some people will really like it.
What if Kirby Air Riders comes out and it's $100?
Best game ever.
I will say it's ridiculous, but it's going to be probably one of the best games ever, and I'll buy it. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's interesting too. Like variable pricing on a level. It's like with Steam, right? You know, you hop on Steam and some games are $5, and you know what you're getting for. And generally, I've found that with games that are super cheap, I end up getting more than my money's worth out of them.
Yeah.
100%.
And with other games that I'm not sure about, I wait for them to be on sale. Like Nintendo sales aren't nearly on the level of Steam sales, but like eventually Mario Kart World will go on sale.
Yeah.
At some point, it will go on sale for people who don't want to hit the $80 price tag.
Arguably,
It's on sale
if you
now.
buy the bundle, it's on sale.
Right.
Arguably, the Switch 2 will probably go cheaper as well.
When they make Switch 2 OLED.
Yeah, which they probably will. It'll probably be 2 or 3 years from now. They'll make Switch 2 OLED. Okay, also, to be so real, I can't tell the difference. Like, that is one thing. OLED to non-OLED, I can't tell the difference. And I have a friend that has an OLED nearby. So when I had the Switch 2, we compared. Even he who has been playing on the OLED could not really tell the difference. Because the whole thing about OLED is like the black looks blacker and like it's an inkier thing.
Yeah.
What Nintendo has done is with HDR, which is like the high definition something.
Range.
I can't remember what the R stands for. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. High definition range. The brights get a lot brighter, which in turn makes the black look blacker and makes the shadows darker. So like they've made a cheaper version of the OLED, but it looks almost the same.
The OLED looks the same as the regular Switch?
The Switch 2. I would compare the OLED to the Switch 2. Because the original Switch, Switch to Switch OLED, difference. I can see it. But OLED to Switch 2, not very much of a difference, if any at all, in my eyes.
Interesting. It just can't play Switch 2 games.
Yeah, unfortunately not. Switch 2 exclusives are still Switch 2 exclusives, which sucks. I did learn... So, Cordell, do you remember at Drew's wedding how I had the Clubhouse games? That was fun, and we could play like Moncala.
I think about
stuff.
that from time to time, but then I don't have anybody to Clubhouse games with me. So.
When you have the Switch 2, we can hop on Game Chat, and same with you, Sammy. We can all hop on Game Chat, and I can game share Clubhouse games through the Game Chat. And we can all play it together without y'all having to buy it.
Oh, and that feature helps make the Switch way more worth it. Like for games, it's like, okay, we can hop on, play online together, have an easier online experience, and only one of us needs to own the game. That is very much worthwhile.
They haven't done DS Download Play since DS Download Play, and this is a much better version.
Yes.
Yeah, big time. Because like Olivia is watching One Piece right now, and is at a very intense part, but it's a part with a lot of filler stuff. So what we do is she pulls up her Switch Lite, I share Clubhouse games, and we play poker together while she watches One Piece. It's so awesome. Good. It's so good. You know what else is so good?
What?
Psychobilly Freak Out by the Reverend Horton Heat off the album Smoke 'em if you got 'em.
Yo, that's so true.
Yo, when you got 'em, you gotta smoke 'em.
And if you gotta smoke 'em with us and you like it, you can rate and review us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. We'll just pretend like I said sentences that make sense there.
No, you
did. We also have
you
YouTube
did.
If you want to check us out. You know, all of that.
Email us. junkhousemmailbox@gmail.com. You know it. You love it. You email us all the time. But I only pick the best of the best to read to the people. So, do better.
Exactly. Tell us what you think you want to be named. What, like the fans? Email us about what you want to be called.
That
the
makes sense.
Jokesters want to know.
If you don't want to be called perverts, I get it. I'll say it.
Thank you, Caleb.
And you know what? Just like we say every single week, I'm going to go play Knockout Tour for like 6 hours. So
fucking Mario Kart pervert.
We will all play together once the Switch 2s are in your hands.
And the Lord said, thou shalt play Mario Kart World together at some point.
It's a psychobilly freakout!